Hey guys, this is Vysh from Vysh IAS and we are going to continue the Geography NCERT series. Class 10, Chapter 3 is what we are going to deal today. It's about water resources and main topic today will be the rainwater harvesting. Other than that, it's just a lot of stories and all. So it will be a very small chapter. So Geography is proceeding as per you have been requesting us, and so try to complete it and then get the MCQs from our Facebook page. This is the Facebook page link, and this is our tagline which we use. If you prepare the right way, no one can stop you from cracking UPSC. Okay, and not like over many years. This time itself, 2018, we got to clear this. So we just need to do the basic books and solve the MCQs, the right MCQs in the right way. So let's begin the chapter 10. Sorry, class 10, chapter 3. PDFs available in the NCERT website. Please download it from there. Okay, water resources. So here, story, we don't need it. We'll begin with the actual content. Give me a minute. Okay. So water, we know, like it's a very, even though it is there across the planet, Earth has got a blue planet, 3/4 is full of water, but we don't have it. Okay, there is water scarcity. So what is the reason? Because almost everything is salt water exists in oceans. Okay, 96.5% and 2.5% is fresh water. So that fresh water is available mostly in glaciers. Okay, so for human consumption it is very less. That is why water scarcity is there. Okay, now India receives nearly 4% of the global precipitation and ranks 133 in the world in terms of water availability per person. So India, because of huge population and huge demands, water availability is very less per person. Total renewable energy resource of India are estimated at not required, the number is not required, they are just telling about renewable energy capacity is also there. Water scarcity and the need for water conservation and management. So here again pictures, water everywhere but not a drop to drink. After a heavy downpour, a boy is collecting drinking water in Kolkata. Okay, so India, this is the situation. Lot of flooding is happening. Chennai is always having flooding in the December-January months. So problems are there. Disaster management topic, GS3 questions have come in last year, GS1 and GS3 both. Okay, and here again they are showing a lot of pictures of the same thing about the government thing. Here you can see this people lined up for water, and it's telling here like it's about India and Israel comparison. I'll read it out. Like एक और इसराइल जैसे 25 सेंटीमीटर औसत वार्षिक वर्षा वाले देश में जल का कोई अभाव नहीं है, तो दूसरी ओर 114 सेंटीमीटर औसत वार्षिक वर्षा वाले हमारे देश में प्रतिवर्ष किसी भाग में सूखा अवश्य पड़ता है। देश में जल की उपलब्धता और उसके स्वरूप के अनुसार समुचित जल प्रबंधन न होने के कारण ही वर्षा का जल नदी नालों में तेज़ी से बहकर समुद्र में चली जाती है, जिससे वर्षा के बाद के लगभग 9 महीने देश के लिए पानी की कमी होती है। यही मूल कारण है देश में जलीय अभाव, वाटर स्कैसिटी। ओके, जिसे हम उचित प्रबंधन के द्वारा ही नियंत्रित कर सकते हैं। सो प्रॉपर गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स आर नीडेड। दे आर कंपेयरिंग Israel, which has only 25 centimeter rainfall, and India, which has 114 centimeter rainfall. And Israel, there is no water scarcity, but India, there are problems of even drought condition, famine condition. People are dying. Okay, Prime Minister Modi, when visited Israel, you would have seen that video. They both are going to the beach, and there they have that machine actually, which actually converts the saline water of ocean instantly into fresh water, and they're drinking it then and there. Okay, so such machines, India has been, I think, in discussion to develop in India also. Okay. And India also helps countries like Maldives and all, where they are surrounded by sea, for freshwater supply. So there are technology, there are things happening across the world. So globalization is the key, and people should help each other, collaborate with each other for proper management of water resources. That is the whole crux of whatever these two pictures are showing. Now again, examples of lot of cities, no much takeaway, that's why I'm not reading it out. Okay, we'll see here. Post-independent India witnessed intensive industrialization and urbanization, okay, creating vast opportunities for us. Today, large industrial houses are commonplace as the industrial units of many MNCs. You know, a lot of MNCs are there, so today it's like common, but post-independence it was something new. Ever-increasing number of industries has made matters worse by exerting pressure on existing distinct freshwater resources. You know, Ganga river also effluents being released into the rivers, so that is why now a lot of strict guidelines have been given to the industries, and the present government is doing a very good job with respect to Ganga cleaning. We know, like 1985 onwards, every government has tried sincerely, but problems were a lot of political corruptions, political webs, something which is not what is it, coordinated properly. That is why now this government is dedicatedly clearing of all those problems first, and then trying to implement the scheme. Okay, so let's hope like Ganga will be clean at least by 2022. That is most of the scheme's deadline which we have at present. Okay, now today in India, hydroelectric power contributes approximately 22% of the total electricity produced. Moreover, multiplying urban centers with large and dense population and urban lifestyles have not only added to water and energy requirements but have further aggravated the problem. If you look into the housing societies or colonies in the cities, you would find that most of these have their own groundwater pumping devices to meet their water needs. So far we have focused on quantitative aspects, so these things, nothing much. Okay, don't worry, like I didn't read it out. If anything is important, I will be reading. Just leave the things which I am also leaving. If you want to have a personal reading for entire thing, you can download and read, but I will be covering only important points. So then India's rivers turned into toxic streams. Bangalore, 2 lakes were in news last year. One was Belandur Lake. I forgot the name of the other one. One place it was like dead fishes were coming up. The other place there was like a fire caught up in the lake. Okay, because of the pollutants in that. So you can imagine how badly humans are treating the natural resources. So that was in news. Try to see the articles. The Bangalore Lakes pollution. It will be there in any coaching material which you are following also in environment section. Bigger ones like Ganga, Yamuna is also not pure. That's along with the people's foolishness, I'll tell, just going and dipping themselves in the rivers and telling like it will purify themselves. It will purify them maybe based on their spirituality, but it will not take care of the resources. Okay, and also in the Ganpati festival and all, you see, after thousands of instructions being given by the government, also please do not use these kind of plastic or plaster of Paris kind of Ganpati models. They're still using that, and then that too huge models, and then just going and leaving it in the oceans and sea or lake or wherever. Okay, it may be holy process, but the time has changed now, and people should realize that these kind of show offs is not what will get you spirituality. Okay, people should realize that humanity is the basic thing. Whichever religion you follow, I don't blame any particular religion, so don't judge me on that and don't come and comment on that, but at least it's our responsibility to teach this generation like humanity first. Okay, rest all these cartoon craps which you're doing is wrong. Okay, now only one important topic is there in this chapter. Yeah, this one we'll cover multi-purpose river projects and integrated water resource management. Okay, so the dams and all those things which is causing stress in the environment. So archaeological and historical records show that from ancient times we have been constructing sophisticated hydraulic structures like dams. Okay, even in Bahubali movies you would have seen a lot of such things built of stone rubble reservoirs or lakes, embankments and canals for irrigation. Not surprisingly, we have continued the tradition in modern India by building dams in most of our river basins. Hydraulic structure in ancient India, they are giving examples, I think not very important, but right from the time of Chandragupta Maurya, or even in South India, Andhra Pradesh, Bhopal Lake, they are telling some example, 14th century. So the timeline, just see like from right before AD, that is BC centuries and all, they have creating such dams. Okay, this is a picture of Hirakud Dam. Hirakud Dam is in Mahanadi River, which is in Orissa. And also there disputes have been happening between Chhattisgarh and Orissa. So that is in news. So you should know dams are built not just for irrigation but for electricity generation also. So it's actually important, but you should see to it that ecological displacement doesn't happen. Okay, domestic and industrial use, flood control, recreation, inland navigation, and fish breeding. Dams are now referred to as multi-purpose project. Because of that only it is called multi-purpose project, because these many needs are there. Satluj Bias River Basin, Bakranangal project is there. Okay, water is being both used for hydropower and irrigation. Just another famous example, Bakranangal and Hirakud. From childhood we are learning, I think, almost all the geography textbooks. Okay, what is dam? Dam is a barrier across flowing water that obstructs, directs or retards the flow often creating a reservoir, lake or impoundment. Dam refers to the reservoir rather than the structure. Most dams have a section called a spillway or weir over which or through which it is intended that water will flow either intermittently or continuously. Dams are classified according to the structure, intended purpose. Very much extra information, not at all required. You can leave that actually. I thought there will be something important there. Multipurpose projects launched after independence with their integrated water resource management approach were thought as a vehicle that would lead the nation to development. So dams were considered as the vehicle for development and progress. Okay. Jawaharlal Nehru proclaimed that dams are the temples of modern India. So any question related to this thing, maybe you can quote. Because Nehru, Gandhi and all are like favorites of UPSC. They would like it if you quote them. Okay. Again, recent years, multipurpose projects and large dams have come under great scrutiny and opposition. Okay, for a variety of reasons. So now we see the disadvantage kind of thing. Regulating and damming of rivers affect their natural flow, causing poor sediment flow and excessive sedimentation at the bottom of the reservoirs, resulting in rocky stream beds and poorer habitats. So for aquatic life, it is bad. Dams also fragment rivers, making it difficult for aquatic fauna to migrate, especially for spawning. The reservoirs that are created on the floodplains also submerge the existing vegetation and soil. So aquatic life problem, their migration is a problem. Then floodplains, the vegetation has a problem. Multipurpose projects are and large dams have also been the cause of many new social movements like Narmada Bachao Andolan, very popular one. Tried to read about it. It was in news recently also. It is there since long. So please try to Google Narmada Bachao Andolan. Just read the Wikipedia page. It will be very helpful for you. And Tehri Dam Andolan, etc. Resistance of these projects have primarily been due to the large-scale displacement of local communities. So when dams are being created, the local communities are getting displaced because they need to be shifted, because the land will get submerged in the borders or the coast, you can tell. So if the local people are not benefited from such projects, then who is benefited? So okay, because they are telling it's multi-purpose project, many people will be benefited, but people are just being pushed away from their own houses, then how it will be benefitable? Okay, so they are just telling the negative aspects there. Then Narmada Bachao Andolan, again I told you, here some details are given. NGO that mobilized tribal people, farmers, environmentalists and human rights activists against the Sardar Sarovar Dam being built across the Narmada River in Gujarat. So this was recently inaugurated, that is why it was in news. Okay, it is like, I think it was inaugurated right from the time of Jawaharlal Nehru and it did not get completed. Now after Modi government came only, the problems were resolved. It is telling to be resolved, but not sure how much people were happy by this whatever compromise they did. So it originally focused on the environmental issues related to trees that would be submerged under the dam water. Recently it was refocused, it has refocused the aim to enable poor citizens, especially the oustees, that is displaced people, to get full rehabilitation facilities from the government. Okay. So that was, I think, what was told, like everybody will be rehabilitated properly, and that is how this dam actually came into inauguration state. People felt that their suffering would be in pain, accepted the trauma of displacement, believing the promises of irrigated fields and plentiful harvest. So often the survivors of Rihand told us that they accepted their sufferings as sacrifice for the sake of the nation. But now after 30 bitter years of being adrift, their livelihood having been more precarious, they keep asking, are we the only ones chosen to make sacrifice of the nation? So it's actually some quote in some other article. Okay, someone who is in the Andolan. So obviously it will be kind of negative towards the government, but you just need to know the place related to it. Okay, Gujarat. Irrigation has also changed the cropping pattern of many regions, with farmers shifting to water incentive and commercial crops. Ecological consequence, over irrigation will call salinization. After the green revolution, Punjab, Haryana and all, they had this salinization problem and degradation of land. In Gujarat, the Sabarmati Basin farmers were agitated and almost caused a riot over the higher priority given to water supply in urban areas. Okay, so in the name of water, people are fighting. You know that Kaveri dispute, the mother of all disputes, you can tell. In case of river disputes, here this picture will show you more. Lot of rivers, dam, Bakranangal here in Satluj Bias, Hirakud is here in Mahanadi, Rihand you can see here, Sardar Sarovar in Narmada you can see. So whatever in news, at least know the locations. Okay, Ken Betwa you should know. Then south we'll see some names, maybe uh, Kaveri river, so Mettur dam is there. Then Periyar river is here in Kerala. Tungabhadra, Krishna. Tungabhadra is a tributary of Krishna. Godavari, which is the longest river, largest river in South India. Narmada Tapti is flowing through Rift Valley. Then what else is there? Here Chilka Lake will be there near Mahanadi. Here in the border of Tamil Nadu and Andhra there will be Pulikat Lake. Then these islands and all, Lakshadweep, Andaman Nicobar. Last year it was asked, like last time they asked, like Nicobar Island is closest to what country, and they gave choices like Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Sumatra, and all those things. Okay, so answer was actually Sumatra, because if you see, the Nicobar is the south of Andaman and it's closer to Indonesia. Next year, if suppose they ask Andaman or this Great Andaman, which is the northmost point, which is closest to which country, it will be Myanmar. Okay, we will think like Andaman is India's territory and it will be closer to maybe Kolkata, or it may be closer to Sri Lanka, but it is closer to Myanmar. Okay. So such things, mapping questions. Last year I think 5 or 6 questions were there related to mapping alone. Okay, so that and all we cannot study separate. We have to, as and when we learn geography, we have to see the maps. So Godavari Krishna dispute, a lot of disputes are there. Make a list of interesting. We know a lot of disputes are there. Whichever is in news, you should know the details of it. What is the latest Supreme Court judgment? What is the government stand and all those things. Floods, already last year many questions came. I don't think any more questions will come, but you should know in GS3 paper. Dams constructed to control floods have triggered floods. Okay, so that is an irony. Dams which are constructed to control floods have triggered floods due to sedimentation in the reservoir. So you can tell that as a disadvantage of the multi-purpose project. Moreover, the big dams have mostly been unsuccessful in controlling the floods at the time of excessive rainfall. Okay, they tell this one will solve the problems, but excessive rainfall happens in India. When it's a La Nina year, when excessive rainfall happens, these dams also cannot control it. Okay. Floods have not only devastated life and property but also caused extensive soil erosion. Okay, so ecologically, human, cultural, everywhere it is problem. Silt problem, natural fertilizer, adding to the problem of land degradation. Okay, now rainwater harvesting, maybe some points are there, you should make a note of it. Many thought that given the disadvantages and rising resistance against the multi-purpose projects, water harvesting system was a viable alternative. Okay, so dams are a problem, so they thought no, water harvesting system will develop. So we'll see what it is. So India, along with the sophisticated hydraulic structures, there existed, it's actually in ancient India, okay, existed an extraordinary traditional water harvesting system in ancient India. People had in-depth knowledge of rainfall regimes and soil types and developed wide-ranging techniques to harvest rainwater, groundwater, river water and floodwater in keeping with the local ecological conditions and the water needs. In hill and mountainous regions where people built diversion channels like the gulls or kulls of the western Himalayas for agriculture. Okay, these are different methods in local regional places. Rooftop rain harvesting, you can see pictures also, was commonly practiced to store drinking water, particularly in Rajasthan. Okay, in the floodplain of Bengal, people developed inundation channels to irrigate their field. Okay, so just channelizing the water. In arid and semi-arid regions, agricultural fields were converted into rain-fed storage structures that allowed the water to stand and moisten the soil, like the Khadins in Jaisalmer and Johats in other parts of Rajasthan. So everything what we read now is Rajasthan. Okay, Khadins, Johats, and rooftop harvesting. Only this gulls and culls is in the western Himalayas, maybe the Uttarakhand region, you can tell. Okay, and pictures you see recharge through hand pump. Okay, the rooftop there is water saved and then it is coming like this and storing like this and then recharging the groundwater, you can say. This is the hand pump. So here groundwater is recharged by whatever is saved in the rainwater. So this is a very good method for rainwater harvesting. So again below we have few more pictures. So this is like into well. Okay, it is going. So almost same thing. Terrace rainwater harvesting is shown in pictures here. Rooftop rainwater is collected using a PVC pipe, filtered using sand and bricks. Ground. So this is just how it is made. Picture itself will tell you the story. So try to make pictures like this if you have a rainwater harvesting question. It has been asked in UPSC Mains, so it's a repetitive topic if it comes. Kul, which we saw in that western Himalayas, it leads to a circular village tank as the above in the Kaza village from which water is released as and when required. So like this they make some lakes, okay, circular lake tank. This is called the kuls. In semi-arid and arid regions of Rajasthan, particularly in Bikaner, Phalodi and Barmer, amongst all the houses traditionally had underground tanks or tankas for storing drinking water. The tanks would be as large as a big room. One household in Phalodi had a tank that was 6 points. So again, measurements and all we don't need. So they have this tanka system, and rainwater would be stored there. That's also a very interesting method to do. And rainwater or palarpani, as commonly referred to in these parts, is considered the purest form of natural water. Okay, rainwater they consider as the purest water form. So they store it and then use it. Okay. Rooftop rainwater harvesting is the most common practice in Shillong, Meghalaya. Okay, it's interesting because Cherrapunji and Mawsynram, situated at a distance of 55 km from Shillong, records the highest rainfall. We know all that already. So there they'll store that rainwater. Today in Western Rajasthan, sadly, the practice of rooftop rainwater harvesting is on the decline. There's plenty of water is available due to perennial Rajasthan Canal. Okay, so there is this perennial Rajasthan Canal. So now this is actually declining because they have enough water now, so they are not conserving the water. What is having successfully adapted remote, again some village examples not required. So rooftop harvesting was common across the towns and villages of the Thar. Rainwater that falls on the sloping roofs was taken across the pipe. So they are again showing, okay, this pipe system, if you see, they are storing it into a tank from the terrace. Bamboo drip irrigation system. So this pictures is like very much helpful. It's again in Meghalaya. Meghalaya questions used to come like the living root bridge is found in the, like often seen in the news, is found where? It answer was Meghalaya. It was asked in 2014 or 15, I think. It was a very good question. Those who follow current affairs, that I think last 3 years paper is very easy. Okay, and those who don't know current affairs, it's like they won't clear. But 2018 we'll see whether they go for static or dynamic. Anyway, we have to prepare both. Tamil Nadu is the first state in India which has made the rooftop rainwater harvesting structure compulsory to all the houses across the state. Okay, there are legal provisions to punish the defaulters. So there, it's compulsory. Tamil Nadu is the first state. So we've seen lot of things here. I think questions are also very poor questions here. So based on the information given below, classify each of the situations as suffering from water scarcity. So which one is water scarcity thing? Okay. So here I think this one region having high annual rainfall but water is highly polluted. The other three are like high rainfall thing. Here it is low rainfall and low population. So it can be like either way. I don't know what they intend through these questions. So here which is not in favor of multi-purpose river projects. So disadvantage you have to tell. So here suffer from water scarcity, regulating control floods, lead to large scale displacement of and loss of livelihood. So this is a disadvantage. Okay, last choice is electricity, so that will be again true. Then again it's you can pause this and see they have given purposely all these things false statement, you have to correct it and write. So all the four are false, so it will be like they will be adding a not somewhere, so it does not affect means it will be affecting. Just read those statements. I am not reading, very silly questions. So we are done with chapter 3. We'll come up with the next video. Till then, enjoy your learning and thank you.